my first scene was with Jessie Dubai. I just, yeah. And so if anybody doesn't know, she's like, you know, amazing. She's a legend in space. One of the biggest names. And I was just on like one of the dating apps, and this is before I started porn. I just saw her. I was like, "There's no way you're fucking real." And she was like, "Yeah." And so we were talking for a little bit, and she was like, "You know, I'm in town. Like, if you're tested and open to shooting, because I was talking about wanting to get in the industry." She's like, "Yeah, like why not? Like, let's just, you know, whatever." And so like, we did, and like we hit it off, and the scene went really well. And I was like, "Damn, if I could work with Jesse Dubai, like, I could work with fucking anybody." You know, and I think just having that kind of like, you know, when I'm not marketing, but like introducing myself to other performers, I'm like, well, I worked with her, and, you know, I think she'd be a good reference because, like, you know, I will say, I think one of the things that like would help male creators do a lot better is like just being nice.
Yeah.
Like, just don't be a fucking creep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's funny you mention that, because we've had like, you know, like some of the adult actresses that we've talked to on the show are like, yeah, if a guy's just like we've talked about, say if a guy's having trouble getting it up for a scene, like it 90% of the time the answer is like, yeah, if he's not a like total cunt bag, I'll help him. Right. But they're like, if he's a douche, then he can go fuck himself. And I'm like, oh,
literally.
okay. So just kind of be a nice guy.
Yeah,
Right?
I know the line. It's like, do you do stuff off camera to help the guys, or do you only do it when it's rolling? Because technically, you're only supposed to do it when the camera's rolling.
Right.
Well,
right.
It depends on the like the coordination that you guys have had, because sometimes, you know, if you say, hey, are you open to this like off camera, I don't usually do that because it's like, why would I do that? Usually what I do is I just leave the cameras rolling anyways. Because, you know, I mean, this is fucking show business, right? Like, you're not getting every single second of content that we film, right? Like, you're getting good shit. So I just leave it all rolling, just because, like, one, if there's anything that comes from that that's hot that I wouldn't have originally thought of, like, oh, actually, that was really hot, I want to keep that, you know, for like a little, for a trailer or for like a little promo, I wouldn't have thought to shoot that, but now we have it, so might as well. And then also just because like I want to make sure that the environment is entirely professional, right? Like this isn't a fucking hookup. This isn't, you know, I messaged you on Tinder and we're hooking up. This is fucking work, right? Like this is a business. So typically that's what I do, is I just keep at least one camera rolling the whole time. And that's worked pretty well for me. But yeah, I just think that like a lot of guys would do better if it's like, okay, first of all, take a second and think about your lighting for your solo stuff. Like, just take it seriously. And I get this question all the fucking time. I'm trying to like charge consulting fees because I literally get this question like 3 or 4 times a week. Like, how can I break in? And then don't be a fucking weirdo and recognize, you know what I'm saying? Like, and recognize that no one owes you anything. Like, even if you think like, oh, I got the biggest dick or I got the nicest abs. First of all, somebody's got a bigger dick than you. Dread. All right. I don't know what the fuck that guy's like, how he did that, but like, there's somebody with a bigger dick, I assure you. And there's somebody with a, sorry, what was that?
Or how it functions when it's hard. Like,
yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And somebody's always got a better physique than you. Like, that's not what creators give a shit about. And so it's like, they don't owe you anything. They're doing this as a business. And so for them, they're like, well, what is the benefit of me working with this guy who's untested, right? Like, we don't know if he's actually able to get hard and do anything. Not only get hard, but like perform in a way that's like conducive for her to sell fucking videos.
Right.
And so for them, it's a business. And for us, it should be a business too. And so figuring out like, okay, well, if they say no, that's not a reflection of me as a human being, and I'm not going to lash out. It's just like, oh, that as a business opportunity didn't work. Let me go find the next one, right? And I think that dudes just don't get this, and they don't get this in like dating, which is why fucking Andrew Tate, you know, is such a big name. And it's like, dog, just don't be weird. I promise you, just don't be weird. You know?
Dude, the biggest thing is like, you want everyone to feel comfortable and respected. And guess what? See, I mean, you'll be amazed at how successful you'll be. Like,
exactly. And the videos are gonna look better, because if the girl's looking like, ugh, like, get away from me, then like, who wants to buy that video? You know what I'm saying? Like,